to another exciting episode of Video Game Bang. Your weekly source for all things video game. Featuring your fearless hosts, Cory, Vincent.
I'm pretty much Microsoft and Marvel. The cans are on. It's when ish gets real. People get shot during the day?
And Aaron Carter.
Buy the armor, I equip it, and it's like pink thong. The guy that delivers vending machine items at my job, he can play it right.
Fill up your Mountain Dew and grab your Doritos. It's time for Video Game Bang.
The thirst is real, everybody. I am Sir Aaron Carter, and you're listening to Sacramento's #1 gaming.
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's because she's laughing.
That makes no sense.
I'm sorry.
Oh, laughter. Joy.
The Video Game Bang, Weekend Bang, powered by Energy, brought to you by Oblivion Comics and Coffee. Come for the coffee, stay for the comics, and get your bump with GG Gamer subs, everybody. That's right. You got that in your bottle there, Webb?
I got smart water, and I made it smarter
I don't have anything.
with GG Gamer subs.
Really?
Yep.
It's smarter.
It's smarter.
Okay.
It's smarter water. It's patent pending.
Okay.
It has nootropics, as Cory calls them.
Newton Tropics?
Nootropics.
So you can be as smart as Newton?
No, it's made from fake Newtons.
Oh, okay.
That keeps you focused.
The real David Webb is here with his shirt.
What's going on, everybody? It's my barbecue shirt.
It's definitely
That's a
your
statement.
Yeah.
That's his fucking statement.
That is saying something.
I
It's a
bought it
bold
today.
shirt.
Yeah,
What did you barbecue?
I had barbecue shit, but I had
Excuse me?
tri-tip.
So that's your barbecue shirt and eating barbecue shirt.
Yeah, I went to a
Yes.
barbecue.
Oh.
I went to the barbecue
I thought
shirt.
this was you're the cook.
The shirt that I barbecue in?
Yes.
No, I don't barbecue. I
Okay.
tried once.
And
You
It
don't
was not
barbecue?
good.
I barbecue.
It's not good.
How do you not?
I
You live in
tried.
California.
I tried to make chicken, and every time I'd put the little temperature gauge in there, it said it wasn't ready.
first of all, what are you using it? All right.
Temperature?
Why are you using a temperature gauge?
Because I don't know how to cook.
No, I'm with him. I do that.
well,
I don't want to give myself food poisoning
I won't
again.
get in. All right. Cory Vincent's here, everybody.
Hey, I don't care about rules.
Hills is here in there.
Oh yeah.
Yo, you wanted more?
Jeez, I don't know what that was. I have no idea what that was. That's why it fell flat. I'm like, what is that?
I don't think that fell flat. I thought it landed.
On its face. And all the way back from E3, fresh off the boat, Emmaskies is back with us.
What up, nerds? Did you miss me?
Is that going to be your catchphrase?
I guess so. It's
It
good.
might be
It's
offensive
getting
to some people.
It's offensive to geeks. Like, what about me? Why
Fuck
am I
'em.
not included?
Exactly.
there. Fuck him.
Jeez. And of course, everybody, the people that make the show possible week in, week out. The chat room's here, everybody. Say hello, chat.
What's
Hello,
up, chat?
Hey, oh,
chat.
sorry.
Hi.
Pocket Asian, our other sponsor. That's right.
Yeah, don't forget Pocket Asians.
Keeping the lights on.
Yes,
Keeping
he
the
is
lights
definitely
on.
keeping
He's
the lights
definitely
on.
keeping the lights on.
Emmaskies is already okay.
Wow.
That's cool.
Wow.
Emmaskies is back from LA. She went to E3 for the majority of the week.
I did.
She got to see some things. She got to play some things. But most importantly, she had a secret mission and did not deliver on it.
She
What was my
had
secret
she had
mission
one job.
One job.
You gave her a secret
You want me
mission?
to steal something? I don't remember what.
First
it
of all,
was.
hold on,
And-
whoa,
and
whoa,
here's the
whoa,
thing.
whoa, whoa,
Right
whoa.
before you- whoa.
Let's not drop the S word.
Yeah, right before
He wanted me
you
to rob
left.
E3.
Right before you left, what movie did you watch?
Exactly.
Ocean's 8. Literally shows you how to rob
And
people.
I'm seeing her the whole week taking a whole bunch of selfies with a whole group of
I'm
ladies.
sorry. I don't have 7 friends. All right. I don't have 7 friends
That
to rob
seems a little.
E3 with.
That seems like a little far fetched. I saw multiple people with you at E3. So
There's a few. I don't know if
yeah,
there's 7.
exactly. Anyway, you went to E3.
I did.
We didn't get to go.
You did not.
How did you enjoy your time there?
I had a really good time. E3 is exhausting.
How many times have you been?
This is my 3rd year.
Ooh,
So I got to
you're
go.
a veteran.
The first time I went was the last year that it was closed to the public. So I have that before and after of like when it was just industry and then when they opened it up. And then last year it was all public all day. And then this year, I think on the first 2 days, they had 2 hours that was just industry.
Were they very strict on who gets in by checking IDs? They did that like
They-
I think the second time I went or the first time.
Only on the last. What? Oh.
Hey.
Only on the last.
Hey,
Hey.
thanks for the follow, everybody.
Aaron, are you aware of what's going on in your screen up there?
No. What happened there?
I disappeared, is what happened.
Well, now you're back. I don't know why that did that.
They can see the porn you're looking up.
Oh yeah, because that's exactly.
No, they were only like that on the last day because they kind of know that people go home and are like, hey, I'm leaving, but you can have my badge. So they check on the last day. They check IDs. Although they check some people and don't check others. Like they told me to take mine out and then nobody looked at it and I just walked in. I was like, I don't even need a badge.
These others that you're talking about that they checked, what did they look like?
Gamers.
Okay.
Good
Yeah,
answer.
I mean,
just making sure.
You're learning how to avoid.
Just making sure.
You know where
the
he's
people
going.
is
Yeah.
people. I'm
Yeah,
aware.
people are people, though.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
feed the troll.
It's fine.
You
It's
know what
fine.
shop cards are.
Very good.
But no, it was a really good week. I played more games this year than I played in my last two combined. I made an effort to try and play games this year because you never get to play games at E3, especially if you're working. You don't get to play E3.
And what were you doing down there? You said you were working.
I work. I work for a marketing company, so we're doing some. Basically, it's a lot of pitches. It's like sales pitches, which are not my favorite thing because I don't like people. But it's a lot of sales pitches all day. So it's a lot of setting up meetings before and then going to those ones. You set up meetings before E3 and go to those, but then you also just walk up to booths and just cold pitch people.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times did you do that? That's the more challenging one, right?
A lot.
The floor-to-floor salesperson, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
At E3,
That's what everybody does at E3.
I'd never got
Everybody
one
does
person.
that.
I've never done that.
Both
once.
times, yeah,
I've
both
been to
times.
E3 many
You guys are
times.
media, though, right?
We
I
go
mean-
as many. We wear many hats.
Yeah. So when it's janitors one time. Yeah. We're there,
We're like
different capacities.
We're like the people from Game of Thrones. We just have many faces.
Exactly. Yeah. Make any sales?
Well, that's what the follow-up is for. So we'll follow up
So that's a no.
this week, and then we'll see if
What were
we
you guys
get any
selling?
bites.
Gamer
stuff.
You don't want to plug
Is it
it?
secret?
I work for a cosplay marketing company. So booths, when you go to conventions and booths want cosplayers working their booth, and they don't really know how to. People know that cosplay is a thing, and they know that they want that, but they don't understand how any of it works or how to do it. So we're like, we'll do all of it.
You see a
We
lot of
handle all of
cosplayers
that.
there?
No, not so much at E3.
Okay.
No, so it's mostly just what's your next trade show? Are you going to PAX? Are you going to Comic-Con? Are you going to this or that? But no, there was a couple. A friend of mine was actually working at E3. I think Cyberpunk had cosplayers. 505 Games had cosplayers. Something else did, but it's not the thing at E3. Even still, I think it's going to start becoming more of that because it's becoming more of a consumer show as they start letting the public in more.
Well, there was also at E3 specifically, and I guess more conventions too, where there's this movement against booth babes.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Right.
Cosplayers
PAX
at a show, they're not cosplay. They're booth babes.
Well,
to bring people in.
The one that's really bad about that is PAX. PAX is really strong on the no booth babes thing, and that's part of our thing is we don't really practice in booth babes. We don't really trade in booth babes. We trade in actual cosplayers, crafters.
Yeah,
people
I'm
that
saying
are,
where's the
into what you're
line
doing.
and with that as well?
That's a hard one because a lot of conventions it's fine. PAX is a little harder. PAX is a little harder to negotiate around because they're so strict on it. But E3 had some of, what might be considered booth babes.
So
they're not super strict on it.
So if I get somebody to watch my booth, or she's working at my booth and she's wearing something that an employee at Best Buy would wear, or it's just slacks and a blue shirt or something like that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if I want somebody to dress up as a character from my game, that's,
No.
That's cosplay.
That's cosplay,
Okay.
and there's a line though with PAX in particular. There's a line there. They stopped allowing some cosplayers as well. They're very strict on it.
Where the line, I think where it becomes a booth babe is so you're saying polo and slacks like Best Buy is fine.
Yeah.
A tank top and shorts
is not fine.
may not be.
Because my first E3, that's what I ran into. Rayman Raving Rabbits, they're booth babes, if that's what you call them.
Okay, tank top and
Top
shorts is probably the
notch.
wrong, but
That's what they were wearing, though, right,
Yeah,
Cory?
but you know what I'm talking
That's
about.
what they had. They
Yeah.
had tank tops and I think mini skirts or something like that.
Boom.
Yeah. No, you know who had the most attractive booth babe of all? It was the worst game of all time. It was Farm Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, Focus Interactive, their booth.
I don't even know.
See, he was focusing on something else.
There was something interactive to focus on for
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
Oddly enough, who did not have booth babes? That porn VR thing.
No, it's
Yeah.
like a
At
big
E3?
sloppy dude.
It's
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah.
It's too obvious.
Was that there this year?
I haven't seen it the last 3 years.
Yeah, it was there the first time I went there, and there was...
It's off in the vendor area. The corner
Some
where
seedy
you
corners.
kind of go buy stuff. Like
West or South? Oh,
like there
wait,
be
like
some
off, like
merchandise
way
areas.
off in the lobby.
Yeah, I think you
Yikes.
can go there and like shoot baskets
There's
and get free
nothing
stuff.
there.
There was something there
There was
this
something
time.
there,
yeah.
and it was always packed.
Yeah, that area is empty. It's just like there's like the shitty E3, like buy our merchandise. Like I was at E3. It's all terrible. But other than that, no.
They had a porn VR there the last year, and
Yikes.
I don't know. Those people have no shame about
No
wanting
shame.
just to hang out. Like
the people that were I wouldn't even say the people that are just hanging out and watching, but the people that were testing the technology. That was the interesting thing because it was like you
right,
see
like
them,
you gotta be brave to go up and do that. I think,
or just not care.
Or just not care.
Hey, I want to sit down and I want to watch some VR
But
porn.
it looks a lot of those guys though. They stopped caring many years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
Yikes.
But yeah, none of that. Didn't see any of that kind of stuff. Did not. It's definitely. It's so crowded. It is so crowded now, which is to be expected because they let in like a whole wash of new people. But I think it's like, is a attendee badge like what, $250, $300?
I thought it was more. It could be.
way
I know
for a day.
industry is really expensive, but like the attendee for the 3-day pass I think is $250 plus like tax and shipping or whatever.
Why would industry be more expensive?
Because I don't know. That's just how they do it.
Huh. Because I mean, originally E3 was to sell things to the industry, like show you what our lineup is. You know, it's for investors to put money into, you know, the company. And now, of course, it's totally different. Like it's just.
Well, I think an industry badge is $1,000 because they tell you when you walk in, like it's a full price replacement. Like if you lose the badge, it's like you have to pay full price. But they always tell you. So I watched somebody else get their badge, an attendee, and they're like, if you lose your badge, it's $249 to replace it. And then I go get mine. They're like, if you lose this badge, it's $995 to replace it.
I think maybe.
But I think there's like something that goes. I'm not in charge of getting our E3 badges, so I don't really know.
Pocket says 3-day pass, show floor, $995.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the chump change that I pull out of my pocket. Yeah. Okay, I mean, but is it worth it?
I think it depends on what you're doing there. If you're making sales and you're making connections and you're networking the way you should be, then I think it is. If you're going just to go, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Which is weird with the public coming in, because I think we all look at E3 as fans and are like, this is the pinnacle. Like, I want to go to this. But once I started working,
Super Bowl,
like once I started working it and I went there for work that first year, I was like, I don't know what you do here if you're not here to work.
That's how I feel about a lot of conventions.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Like if you're not there to kind of either have a booth and, you know, promote your stuff, or if you're not there to actually, you know,
network,
then
then
it's just like I kind of feel like, what are you doing there?
But people enjoy it. There's a lot of people there. But they have, what I like is that they have very different badges, so you can tell at first look if somebody is industry or attendee.
Yeah, last year
it was the yellow band.
Yellow, yeah.
And this year the whole thing is blue, like it's bright blue.
Oh no, last year it was like a yellow, like the plastic.
The
thing
bottom of it was yellow. At the bottom.
Yeah, it was
that was the
super
industry
easy to
this year,
see.
so they handed it to me, and I was like, oh shit, did they like make them all the same now? But that was industry. Media was green, and then the attendee badge was bright blue, the whole thing. So like as soon as you look at somebody, you're like, oh, attendee.
Normie.
You're a
Normie.
muggle. You're a
Which I
muggle.
like because I look really young anyway, so a lot of people assume that I'm an attendee when I walk up to them, and I'm just like, no, I'm working, I swear, talk to me.
So
Let me
You want to
tell
buy a
you.
cosplayer?
You want to buy a cosplayer?
Wow.
That's exactly how I start that
I was gonna say, is that how
conversation.
you phrase
Actually,
it?
if you started your pitch that way, go near the porn VR section.
Gonna
Start your pitch that way.
Yikes.
She sounds like an NPC in a video game. Or
She
something.
does.
Want to buy a cosplay?
I just stand in the corner, in like the middle of the room, and just like yell things at people.
I don't have enough caps. Sorry. Okay.
That is like our favorite part of E3. Aaron and I documented it does feel like you're in this giant MMO when you're there, because if you keep your ear open, you hear the NPCs just say random things.
Yeah.
Like Cyberpunk 2077 looks amazing. Did you see it over in the North Hall?
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
oh, I got a quest. Let's go.
I was salty. Cyberpunk was so far out of the way, I didn't find it till the last day.
What did you see? Go. We need
Yeah,
some
what did you
behind the
get?
scenes stuff. What did you get?
Oh, okay. So I played games this year, which was nice. I never get to play games at E3, so I played more this year than I have ever before. So I played Team Sonic Racing,
Okay, skip.
which I enjoyed.
Okay,
Did you
whatever,
play it
skip.
co-op? Because I mean, they said it was co-op. So
No, I played it like you have a
Oh, wait,
team.
you were actually excited about this one.
Yeah,
before.
I was really
she was
excited.
really excited
That's
for
why
this
I went to
one.
play it, because I was really excited
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
that's right. So, did it hit your expectations?
Live up
It
to the
did,
hype?
because I think I like it, like, because I was really excited because everybody's like comparing it to Crash Team Racing, and it's different than Crash Team Racing, but still feels similar.
That's so weird that people are comparing it to another racer that nobody really.
Yeah.
Whoa! Excuse you, CTR.
Hot take.
Is amazing.
Did you just abbreviate a game?
Yeah, no one's ever called it that. Since when did anybody call CTR?
Everybody calls it
#CTR. Get trending, everybody.
Cross Trainer Racing? I don't know what CTR is.
Crash Team Racing has like a good.
There's
like a good following.
There's one
Bare
kart
naked
game.
ladies for people.
BTR. Yeah.
BNR.
BNR, is that what it is?
BNL.
BNL?
Are we really abbreviating them?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Wait, you've never played a Mario Kart either, right?
I played Mario Kart.
Okay.
So then
it's like fairly similar to all those, but it has its own quirks and its own unique things. Like you're playing on a.
It's the best way to describe ripoffs.
I mean, they're all like
the
that.
same. Well,
all the little races are like that. Oh my god, I started dying there. No, so it's got its own quirks and its own things. Like you're on a team of 4. So all of your points add up together. So like I came in second, but fucking Tails was in 9th. Little shit, didn't do anything, but I still got his points, and I ended up winning.
Oh, okay.
And
so
like you can
Tails didn't stay on the payload. That's the problem.
Which is first place.
Fuck off. You get.
I like how chat's not putting up with that CTR crap either.
Fuck you guys.
#CTR.
See, CTR is Crash Team Racing. I've heard it before. Look at him.
He Googled that squiggles.
Yeah, it's squiggles.
But anyway. Yeah, so that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. And then I went and played the My Hero Academia game, which I don't give a goddamn shit about that game.
We need deep details.
Who did you play? I played as Big Shoes Girl.
Excuse me?
And I won.
Wait, who's Big Shoes Girl?
She's the girl with the big shoes.
Oh my god.
She's got big pink shoes.
What can she do?
I don't know.
Did she like manipulate gravity?
I mean, do you mean does she fly? She kind of flies a little bit.
Short brown hair?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
She was cute. And then you can have like sidekicks, which are almost like a tag team kind of a thing. So like in the middle of fighting, or like if I run away, I'm like, I'm about to die, I'm gonna run away, and then I can call in my sidekick who, while I'm running and they're chasing me, it just goes and kicks their ass.
Oh, okay. So you don't control this. It's not like a tag thing.
No, it's like you press the button to make them come in, and then they do something, and then they peace out again. So I won by a fucking inch, and it was amazing. But yeah, I didn't care. I only played it to tell Rachel that I played it because she loves MHA, and I was like,
you're all about the abbreviations, I'm sure, with these games.
What did you just call it?
MHA. My Hero Academia.
Stop abbreviating things.
No.
It hurts my brain.
I will not.
We say that on a show that we call VGB.
Yeah.
That's what that stands
for. Thank you, Aaron.
Okay, since you didn't really care about that game.
It was fun, but
out of spite.
Yeah, like it was fun. I enjoyed it, but it's like it's just a fighter.
Thanks for all the follows, everybody.
Yeah, and then I think what did I play after that? I did a Serious Sam VR, but it was less about the game and more about the hardware. Because it was that if I don't know if anybody saw it on my Instagram, the giant fucking chain gun. It's like a full-size replica chain gun for VR.
And it's the only weapon you use?
It's the only thing I use. It's the controller. It's everything.
I was going to say, like, if he has a pistol in his hand and you...
No, in what they showed me, it was just that. But that wasn't even the only thing they were showing off. They have, like, wireless VR, so you're not connected to anything but yourself.
Nice.
So you can, like, run around, you can flip, you can do rolls. They're like, yeah, you can do anything.
You can break everything in the room.
Break everything.
What company is that? Do you know?
It was Display Link XR.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, but their hardware was really good. They said that getting the chain gun into the country was really hard.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Because I want to say they were based in England.
Where they sound like they came from.
Well, they all like live in different places,
so
I'm not entirely sure. But I think they shipped in from England, and they meant to bring 2 more because they wanted to give them away. And I was like, fuck yeah, I get that.
Dang, that
but they couldn't get them all into the country. Customs was like, you can bring one.
Well, did they have like a little, I don't know,
the little orange tip thing on it?
No, not the orange tip. But I'm saying they could have had some type of
giant chain gun with a little orange tip.
It's okay, officer. See the tip? It's fake.
Perfect.
It's okay.
They could have had a competition to win it and then just mail it to you or something like that.
That is so expensive for them.
I don't know if you can even get it mailed.
I mean, that's the same problem. It has to go through customs to get to the U.S.
Well, I mean, whatever. What else did you see there? What's the biggest thing that you were like, you know what? I'm going to buy this day one.
The biggest thing I played was Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That was That was so good. That demo that they had on the show floor was over half an hour long.
Oh, you got to play half an hour of it?
It was crazy because you play through like a beginning story section that goes into a tomb. You play the whole tomb to an exiting story section and gives you a little bit of like info on what the game's going to be. And like there's a combat section. So you get like the puzzle part of it, and you get the combat, and you get the story, so like the cinematics and everything. It was like, it took me like 35 minutes to get through it. It was really, really good.
That's a good chunk because they don't usually give you that long of...
It was. That's why the line was 8 million hours long.
Last year, Destiny 2 was a longer demo.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a shit about Destiny 2 at
think
E3 this year.
That's a... no, they barely got
Did you see
time.
that? There was like a meme going around. Someone at E3 framed a bunch of pictures of like Destiny characters.
Yeah, I showed you about that, yeah.
And set up like a... You know, when... what is that called? Like a...
No, a memorial?
A memorial?
Yeah,
with candles and stuff.
It was just Cade. It was only Cade 6
Oh,
because Cade died. They killed Cade 6.
In the new thing.
That's what's his name? The voice actor, right?
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, yeah.
And yeah, so nobody gave a shit about Destiny 2. Nobody gave a fuck about Call of Duty. That booth, that enormous booth was empty.
No
there was
way.
no line every time I walked by it. It was embarrassing.
Last year, Call of Duty WW2 was packed. I kept trying to walk up, and I couldn't get in.
Yeah. But no, Black Ops 4, it was empty almost every time I walked by it.
I think that's because people are still just, they're fans of the World War II one. They're just not fans of this rehash type of stuff. This and then when you told them that they were changing it kind of fundamentally with no story. And then it's just multiplayer,
like,
blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
It's I don't know. That's strange to hear a Call of Duty that isn't packed with little kids all around it and stuff like that. Okay. Is there anything else that...
I got to play the Prey VR DLC, which I was very happy about.
Did you turn into a cup?
I did not. No, I played the Typhon Hunter DLC, and it was like, it's like a very puzzly one, because they have two DLC. One that's very combat-oriented, and one that is like very puzzle-oriented, and the VR one is the puzzle one. And it's the most like realistic and responsive VR that I've ever used. It was really good. I was using it on... I want to say it might have been a Vive or something. I'm not sure what it was. But, like, I spent half the time just, like, looking at my hands and, like, picking shit up and looking at it and throwing it across the room. Like, I would, like, pick up a mug and be like, I don't need this. And just throw it away. Or, like, you could pick up, like, individual pieces of paper on the table and look at what was on them. And then I realized I had a time limit. And I was like, oh, shit, I got to solve this puzzle.
Well, I mean, I'm actually still surprised that after all these years from the last time I went to the E3 that they're still pushing any type of VR anywhere on there.
There was a lot of VR. They had a...
Did they have the sign saying, please wipe them?
No, because they had somebody working it. So, like, the person would clean it off every time.
So gross. So gross.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because VR was everywhere. And
I used it on I was the last person to use it on the last day.
Wow.
Because they were closing up, and I was talking to somebody working the merch booth, and we were just chit-chatting, and I was like, yeah, I'm, like, super in love with Prey, and I was, like, hoping to play this. He was like, I'll take you over there right now.
So we'll go right now.
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
Cool. Shout out to Dan. Thank you very much.
Speaking of celebrities, who'd you run into?
I ran into Mr. Maul.
You got it.
Mr. Raul Coley. Fucked that one up. But
Who is that?
Saw Raul Coley again
like
this
in
year.
Sacramento
He
a lot.
is he's not. You're just a terrible person.
Okay.
No, he is Ravi on iZombie, and this is 2 years in a row I've met him at E3.
Dude's a big E3 video gamer.
Did he remember you?
He did not. No, he was a little preoccupied giving somebody a tattoo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I met him at the Rooster Teeth party. They had a party for Jeff's new fashion line that he's doing. They had like a pop-up shop thing. And they had a tattoo artist there doing free tattoos of like logos from Jeff's line.
That's
and
cool.
It turned out the tattoo artist is a massive iZombie fan. So when he saw Raul, he asked Raul to tattoo him. So he drew it out on himself. So he did the outline and everything, and he told him how to use the gun, and he was like, just go for it. So he tattooed "I'm already dead" on this guy's arm.
It's nice for free.
That's dope.
I was like, that is brave on both of their parts. So I talked to him like right after he did that. I ran into him. I was like, oh, it was really cool, whatever. And he was like, his hands were shaking. He's like, I've never done that before. And there was an open bar, so I imagine he might have been a couple drinks in.
Probably.
As we all were at that point.
That's how you go into it. So how was the party life? You went to the Rooster Teeth one.
It was good. I don't really do a lot of parties, but E3, you kind of have to. So we did I didn't do a ton. I did the Rooster Teeth one. I did the Servios party, which is like a VR company, but they had a pretty sick, like, big setup with the DJ and shit. I missed the Dead Mouse party on the last day, though.
What's the Dead Mouse party?
I think Sub Nation had a party, and Dead Mouse was hosting and DJing it.
Sounds like a fun time.
Thanks for the follows, everybody.
It was. I don't really party much, so that was like my parties for the next 3 years. I'm good. I had 2 parties, and I'm good. I'm done. I don't want to see people anymore.
Hey, thanks for the subscription. Squiggles. You still have Comic-Con to go to.
Yes, but I don't do parties at Comic-Con.
What's wrong with the parties at Comic-Con? Are
I
they
just
the
don't.
same as
I only go to
everything
parties at E3 because they're like, you have to go so you can network. My boss makes me go. So,
okay.
So that's why I go.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you had a fantastic time.
I did. I think it put me in like a really good headspace. I'm like in a really good area right now with that. And like Fanime was 2 weeks before it. So I'm just like, I'm in a good mood.
That's good.
I'm in a good place right now.
So I guess we can go on to the next stuff that we have here.
Chris Hardwick, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
No?
All right. No, fuck it. Let's get into it.
We don't need to get into it.
Why don't we need to get into it,
Why are you so anti-talking about it?
Because here's the thing. Everybody already has their opinion on it. So it's not like it's a we're trying to solve anything, right?
Right.
So, and I'm pretty sure at this moment, everybody should already know about it.
I don't know about that.
It literally happened in less than 24 hours. All the stuff since she dropped it.
Who?
I'm not sure what her Chloe Dykstra. That's her name. All the way to today, of all the things happening, she released a statement, basically
an essay.
And it was just about a poor relationship that was terrible for her, and with her
abusive is the word. Abusive is the word.
Her ex-boyfriend. So here's the thing.
Why didn't she just name him in the thing? Like, it was clear who it was.
I think that she may have done it for a couple of reasons. A, she was trying to take the higher ground. She's not going to name anybody.
What's the higher ground in obvious type of thing? That's like me going like, oh, for 4 years I was on the show, and I was beat daily each show.
I would get beard hair. In my shirt.
you know the history of the person, so that can't be the excuse.
The other part probably could be that for legal reasons she left his name out.
What would be the legal reasons? It's not slander if it's true.
So if at that point there's no proof that it's true, just speaking factually, then he could come back and say if it's written, it's a libel, right? Or is it slander?
Libel and slander is very, very hard to prove, though.
Right. No, I'm just saying that could be a possible reason.
But here's
I'm
the
not
thing.
an expert. I don't know why she didn't name him.
But here's the thing. You still have...
And it might have just been that she didn't need to, and she didn't want to drag everybody else into the bus. She didn't have to.
Here's the thing. Because it's as soon as somebody accuses of anything, it's instantly that person's guilty.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like, okay, it came out. I'm not saying it's fake whatsoever.
I'm not saying any. That's why I say I don't comment on things like this.
Yeah. So, but that withstanding, so like it's announced that he's not going to do his AMC show no more. Comic-Con, San Diego.
AMC hasn't canceled his show. They said they're postponing it. They're not airing it right now.
I thought I had just read.
They said AMC won't be airing it, pending an investigation.
Yeah, last I heard, it wasn't canceled. It was just postponed.
Nerdist has come out and separated themselves from him completely.
But he's been separated from them for years.
But still...
Yeah. But they did remove him from the website.
Yeah,
which he was
something he created.
Which was the only connection. Like, his name on the site was literally the only connection he had with them anymore.
That's like Microsoft getting rid of Bill Gates, though.
No, because Bill Gates still runs Microsoft.
No, I'm saying like scrubbing him once he's moved away from, I'm a technician or whatever. I'm the hardware guy. Like, he still made it. So it's just like, all right, well, then we scrub him, And Bill Gates is making poop water right now, so. But that's just the thing. So it's just like, that's why I don't usually comment on these type of things. The evidence will come out. The guilty parties will be, dealt with, and that will just be the thing. But it's just like, I don't see anything for me to get triggered over. I don't see anything for me to... there's no benefit for me, like in this situation particularly, to say that's going to benefit the situation right now. So that's why I'm like, I don't need to talk about it.
I mean, if you're looking at it from like a news perspective, like we just tell people what's going on, then yeah, we don't really need to talk about it because everybody already knows what's going on.
So then, what other perspectives would a video game podcast, Geek and Video Game Podcast?
I don't know. Corey brought it up. Did you have something you wanted to say?
No.
You just wanted to make Aaron mad.
Yeah, and I just wanted to fill time.
That's topical.
It's topical.
It is topical. It's very topical, but it's just like
We've
covered a lot. Yeah,
we've covered
we've
far
covered
smaller
a lot.
controversies. I don't know. I was taken aback. I was pretty surprised.
You were pretty surprised, really?
Yeah.
We can talk about the
What's weird is
after thing, like the surprise,
people that work for him that are like not surprised. And they're like, yeah, no, we've all known he's a piece of shit for a long time. We didn't know this, but we knew he's a horrible person. Like, people that used to work for Nerdist are like, yeah, this is why I left.
And that just goes to show you how crazy it is from, like, our perspective, having never worked for him, having never met him.
You just don't know.
Like, you just don't know. Like, you don't actually know the person. You see him at midnight. You hear him on the Nerdist podcast. And you would never guess that any of this was going on behind the scenes.
So it's kind of like, at this point, I'm not even shocked that somebody in Hollywood is like, is this way, because it's just like everything is coming out of the woodworks. You've heard about all this stuff before, like internet was like kind of gigantic, like how LA and Hollywood and all that type of stuff, it's really just kind of seedy, and it like has its own lore of how bad it is, and nobody really kind of believes it because like it's it's Hollywood, it's show business, and this type of stuff. But now in the age of information, and everything is quick and fast when it comes to sharing information, you can see this ugliness. Like, you can see all this terrible side of the stuff.
Well, I think part of it too is like, so I mean, you're not wrong. We have heard about this. I mean, it's been like a year. It's been going on for a couple of years now, where like every so often it's like, okay, who's the next celebrity that gets named in like some sexual allegations? But I think for this, in our industry, because he was from an outsider's perspective, he was like, one of the top people in the industry. He started Nerdist. He's a big name. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, you see this whole other side of him. And it kind of hit people.
He's like geek Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, that's how I explained him to somebody that I was talking to that didn't know who he was. I was like, he's the geek world's Ryan Seacrest type. He does like hosting. Surprised if
Ryan Seacrest was alleged of some things.
No, that's libel.
Yeah. No, there's rumors that he's
I just said I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't say he did. I just said I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. That's all that is. No, but I understand his importance to the I think I've said this before on when we've reported on other people in the industry, esports athletes or streamers, whenever they have their controversy and stuff like that. I can't stand it at all, one, but bleeding into the kind of the entertainment and interests that I like, I can't stand it even more. Like, it's
I just don't understand, like, how are we supposed to respond to something like this? Because, like, okay, she wrote a really detailed essay that had it was powerful and like made you feel bad, like really bad. But at the same time, it's like, how do you know it's for real? Like, he hasn't come out and said anything.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, he has?
Yeah,
he came
out. Yeah.
What did he say?
He denied it.
He denied it.
So then what do we do?
Wait. See what happens.
But is anything going to happen?
And honestly, like, the way she talks about it and the way she talks about the kind of abuser he was, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't think he did anything wrong. If he did if that is what happened, emotional abusers in general don't believe they're abusers. He probably doesn't, A, think he did anything wrong, or B, remember half the shit that he did.
He's got a new family now, right?
He has a wife, yes. I think
they had a kid coming.
He has a kid on the way. So I'll be curious to see if she says anything.
Well, and the last paragraph of Chloe's article was basically to him. And I can't remember exactly what it said, but paraphrasing was kind of like, if, you come after me for this, I have recordings, proof. I have video, I didn't include them, for your benefit, but I will use them, kind of. Basically saying, come at me, bro.
Basically, like, if he tries to go after her legally, she will. So I don't know if that means that that she'll defend herself if he just denies it. I don't know if she'll throw it out just because he said he didn't do it, or if it will require him to like go after her legally.
To build his,
I don't know,
his basically his life back together. He's gonna have to make some type of actions because he's just losing stuff. Like I said, it's either that or he just gets a regular 9 to 5,
and he's gonna be relegated to a behind the scenes guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine because like nobody wants that. Nobody wants to watch somebody like that.
Remember, we're in America, innocent until proven guilty.
By a court of law. I'm not a court of law. Fuck it.
Yeah, I know. And everybody online is a court of law.
I'm reading his statement, and I'm 2 paragraphs in, and the most impressive thing is that dude's 46.
Yeah, he's 20 years older than her.
Yeah.
He's like creeping up on 50. The dude does not look it.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
She's like, that's not the angle I was going with that.
Where I was going with that.
That's not the angle I was going
yeah,
with.
Yeah, no, he's 20
Dude,
years older
moisturizes
than
like
her.
crazy.
He's doing something.
Sheesh. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's already been accused of doing something. All right.
But yeah, I mean, if you have been emotionally abused, or you've watched somebody handle emotional abuse, you know what that sounds like and what that feels like, and what, like, everything that she's saying is exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
Is it reads word for, like, I know somebody that went through it. I put on, like, I did a big tweet storm about it yesterday, but like every single thing that she said, I was like, it happened exactly to the girl that I know that went through this, which is why I'm so heated about it. So like, I have Aaron, you did the thing again.
Oh, sorry. You can see the show notes. I don't know why it's doing I think I know why. No, I know why. I know why now. Yeah, I know why now.
But
yeah.
No, it reads as very real. It reads as very reminiscent of anything. Like, if you've watched, or if you even know what that kind of abuse is like, you know it when you see it. So, which is what kills me about all the people that are like, oh, so he was just a mean guy.
Oh no, you know it when you.
Definitely not. No, some of that. Yeah.
The amount of people that are trying to, like, not even people that are like, I don't believe her, like, that's one thing. But like, when you're gonna be like, I believe what she's saying, I just don't think this is abuse, and I don't think this is like, you're just airing out your dirty laundry because he was a dick to you. I'm like, no, this is horrible. This destroys you as a person.
Say that.
I saw it so much on Twitter.
Nonsense.
It was
everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, replying to like various people who were sharing the article and saying like this is, fucked up, and then I'd go through and I'd read the comments because I was curious to see how people were reacting.
I avoid it.
A lot of people were saying like, okay, like they were making that comment like, isn't it innocent until proven guilty? And somebody was like, yeah, by a court of law, this is a court of law. Like, we all have our opinions, and our opinion is that he's guilty. And then there's other people saying that he was just mean, and like, that's not abuse, or I don't understand how this is abusive.
The comments on Nerdist's Instagram posts were particularly egregious.
Crazy.
Which is crazy.
But yeah, no, it's ugh. I have a lot of feelings about it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of personal feelings about it.
Well, it's a sit and wait type of thing because that's all we can do right now.
The main point is I hope Chloe is okay, and I hope she is handling this well, and I hope that she is not reading too much into what people are saying about her, and I hope she enjoys her break from social media.
That's a good way to leave that. That's a good way to leave that. And let's do some banging around the web.
Banging around the web.
Smooth.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with your regular.
Yeah.
I did not. No, I'm switching it up.
What's your
Why are
regular?
you holding out? Why don't you join us?
Oh, yeah.
Now it's just part of who I am. It's expected by the fans.
We can
these dozens of fans.
They don't care. It would be better if you completed our what is it, a quartet?
It's a bonding thing for you two. I don't want to. That's a trio.
It's a trio.
It's a bonding thing for you two. I don't want to get in the way. It's your thing. I'm not gonna like stepdad in here. All right. I'm just gonna...
Wow.
Way to just kick stepdads in the face.
The day before Father's Day
or
too.
Stepmom. Whoever.
Speaking of step in the way, Comcast floats a superior $65 billion bid for Fox. Everybody.
Good God. They got until what, July 12th? They said to make a decision.
Who?
Fox. They were like, we're making a decision on July 12th.
Well, I
like, that's our deadline.
Don't see the deadline on there. That we know that December they were selling it up for $52 billion in stock to one Disney, and for some reason Comcast, which I have no idea where they got this money. I mean, I understand Comcast is everywhere, but
they raise everybody's cable bills.
I was gonna say, didn't your rates just go up?
$65 billion, like that's
in cash.
That's crazy.
That's the important part, is that
money.
It's in cash, because Disney gave a higher offer, but in stock. And their lower offer in cash is so much more.
They're coming up with a bunch of suitcases with money.
Yeah.
And they're saying, "Hey, Fox."
But honestly, is it worth it? Is Fox's
Fox?
Yeah, is Fox's properties that much worth it for Comcast? Like, are they going to earn that back?
That's for them to decide.
That's a
if Comcast gets Fox, then they have two networks under them.
But I feel like this is Fox and Comcast working together, and them saying, "Hey, they're going to throw out this higher bid so that we can get Disney to throw out an even higher bid, and raise the price.
Yeah, but Disney's gonna be like, all right. I see your
and they'll throw higher at it if they if they really want it, and because they'll recoup. Disney will get that money back.
They'll get it back in a weekend, during the summer.
The first X-Men movie, the first Fantastic Four movie, all that stuff. They're gonna get it back. But yeah, so if you were hoping for a speedy, merging of the universes for MCU to get all those characters back, so
if Comcast ruins this for us, that's just one more reason to hate that fucking company.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious what. So I know that there's some crazy figure, like if Disney bought Fox, they would own like a massive amount. They would own like almost, I think, over a third of all of like the media that has been coming out in the last year. Like, that's kind of a problem. You don't really want one company to own that much of the media coming out of a country.
But how much
I'm curious.
If it's Disney.
If you do, you want Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. But like, I'm curious what the figure is for Comcast.
Like, if
they bought, what is it on them?
And let's face it, Comcast is a more sinister company.
Yeah, their service is terrible. I'll tell you that.
Everybody hates Comcast.
Yeah,
this is what they're going to try and they're trying to rebrand their image. They're like trying to fix it.
Comcast?
Yeah.
With Fox?
They're like, we know you hate Comcast, but we'll give you movies you like now.
Oh, no.
But we don't like them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then if you buy Fox and deny us of X-Men Avengers crossovers, we're going to hate you even more.
Even more. You know what? I didn't even think about that backlash that will come down.
That's how it affects me. That's why I don't want this to happen.
But it matters, though. Like, you matter. You're the consumer. So it's like, I'm not going to support the crap that you put out. Like, look, I don't even watch the X-Men TV shows that are out, and it's supposed to be good. The Legion is supposed to be a good show. I don't watch that.
I hear it's really good. I haven't finished the first season yet.
See, I'm not going to watch that crap. That's
Why?
Supporting.
How about you love X-Men?
I got halfway through the first episode.
You gotta stick with it. It's super confusing. We discussed this. You like to be handed things. You like to be.
Dang!
Oh!
You're a dummy. Said it's okay. The coloring blocks are over there, Webb. You can spell and build things out.
Damn! Can we get some Zenzu beans in the chat?
So that's
right.
nice.
For chat's sake, we were arguing about Death Stranding last night. Cory,
I just don't blindly follow people.
I wanted to jump in there. But I was like, you know what?
Let them go at it.
I don't typically do that, but I did have quite a bit to drink last night. So I was like, fuck it.
I was like, all right, let's go.
I mean, because you like this Death Stranding.
I do.
You think it's going to be an interesting game?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't say like good game
I'm excited.
or great game. You're excited because of the mystery in there. But given the developer's track record, and then what we've seen so far, I think it's too soon to get excited for this.
Nah, I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. This is just all right. Tomb Raider developer calls Last of Us Part 2 gameplay fake. Yeah, we got a little beef going on.
Which one?
The
Crystal
Twitter.
Dynamics or Eidos Montreal?
That would be. It was one of the developers. I don't think this article says which one.
We talked about it, like when we did our coverage of just how crazy
cutscene-y it is.
It looked like. I don't know if that was an engine or not, but like, I'm very curious to see what it really looks like when I plug it into my PlayStation and start playing. If the things are going to respond that well.
It was very smooth.
Because you were talking about how she goes up to the car and like she leans on it when you get close enough and stuff like that.
And like in the fight scene in the Quickie Mart or whatever, like the way she slides in between two
ferns,
the aisles, or whatever. It was just really way too cinematic to be.
Well, David and Fossey, head of Eidos Montreal, said that it was fake on Twitter and then quickly deleted that tweet and apologized for accusing them of putting up fake demo on E3. Or at E3.
Did the trailer before it say all footage is in-game or something?
I think they always
made
do.
in the game engine?
Or maybe in-engine.
Yeah, in-engine.
Yeah, I don't specifically recall, though.
He said, hi, Naughty Dog fans. Please don't be tough on me. Just had bad wording from French-speaking person. Always a big fan of Uncharted and Last of Us games. Played them all. Jeez, he just backpedaled the hell out of this.
That was his response?
Yeah.
Oh, he blamed it on not knowing the language?
What the hell?
What was the original wording of his tweet?
That's what I'm trying to find now.
It was simple. It's probably just fake shit.
It's since
Oh,
been
sorry,
deleted.
translation errors.
No, it's just and fake. That's what he put. Somebody wrote something. They put Naughty Dog equals top
Oh, it was a reply?
Yeah, he put Naughty Dog equals top of the animation game and action pacing, and then he put
And
fake.
fake.
And fake.
Oof.
That's not a...
Them's fighting words.
You don't miss... Like, oh, I didn't know how to
That's
say that.
translation error, dude.
Let's Google translate real quick.
The French word for fake and awesome are very similar.
Okay.
What he meant to say was va te faire un cool, which I'm pretty sure means fuck you.
And then he said, sorry for the situation. Yeah, he backpedaled the hell out of that with a full paragraph. Come on, my guy. Just stick to your guns.
Own it.
Yeah, it did look fake. It was fake. Let's face it.
We'll see.
I hope it
I'm
wasn't
excited.
fake.
It looked really good. Both the cinematic and the gameplay looked really good.
No, we'll
Very
see
excited
when it comes.
about
Is that a day one?
my little gay Ellie. I'm so excited.
Is that a day one?
Absolutely.
I was rooting for that one.
Absolutely, that's a
for that.
day one buy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Somebody that's not going
How
to buy
dare
it day
you.
one.
How dare you?
I played the first one and was,
How dare you? That game changed my life.
how?
So good. It's so good.
You wouldn't even want to be in that situation. You're taking
No.
yourself out.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna play Ellie and Joel. They're
Yeah,
good people. I like them.
Joel's not
forget
going to be
Aaron.
playable in this one.
That's fine.
Don't forget,
Ellie
she
is.
likes hiking simulator.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
She's basically the transporter, but without the cool cars.
It's like the third time you've made that joke.
a lot
Yeah,
of
but
people.
this time it was on air, so
Zenzu beans, people. Zenzu beans.
He said, I've been waiting all week for
David,
that.
you are
He's been rehearsing
You're
it.
getting roasted, my
Yeah.
friend.
Elder Scrolls mobile game isn't great, according to one person.
Shocker.
Jessica Conduit from Engadget, of course, got to get a hands-on at the E3 with the new mobile game Elder Scrolls Blades from Bethesda, which they announced at E3. And she's like, it's okay. If you're going in there expecting it to be a likeness one-for-one type of Elder Scrolls game, you're going to be sadly disappointed. These are my words, by the way. This is not me reading off anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm summing up what she just said. Thank you for the follow. Graphics are decent for a mobile game. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't feel as freeform as your standard Elder Scrolls game. And, I mean, think about it. It's not going to be, everybody. It's a mobile game.
How much does it destroy your battery?
I don't think she said anything about that, but I'm pretty sure it probably kills your battery. I don't know.
Aaron, this is interesting, but I really have to interrupt with something because I just have to bring this up with you. Fallout 76, no NPCs, dude.
Ooh, I'm salty.
How does that make you feel? Are you okay with that?
I saw this coming already. I already saw this coming.
No NPCs, which means there's pretty much going to be no storyline. It's all survival.
So I know what this game is going to be. After the hype died down, and I saw that documentary that Special Cases put in our Discord, which was awesome. Thank you, Special Cases. It's a beginning, is what this is. So they already taken the Fallout 4 engine, and they're kind of just creating this multiplayer aspect to it. They got a team that was known for making multiplayer games who had to go in and figure out how to make a multiplayer game from a single player infrastructure. You got to see the little documentary. They were like, it's usually about a whole world that caters to you. Now we have to figure out how you can, and multiple people, cater to
don't
this
ask
whole
what
world.
the game can do for you.
Yeah,
ask what you can do for the game.
That's basically what it is now. So I'm not expecting them, and to me, I feel like it's a cop out. It's the same thing whenever we went to, I can't remember what convention it was, and that developer was up on stage and was like, it's hard to make female characters. And I asked the question. I was like, hold on. I asked the question. I was like, you add hair, longer hair.
Webb saw me ready to go.
Yeah, I addressed it.
No, I thought you were gonna talk about.
Get in her way.
No. I thought you were gonna talk about the time that Ubisoft said that you couldn't make female assassins because it was hard to animate boobs.
Yeah, I mean, when you're killing people, it is kind of. How does that?
Like Koei Tecmo's been doing it for 20 years.
So I understand that they're talking about, and so another thing that was interesting on the actual documentary too. They said it's going to be 4 players co-op, but he was like, that's adjustable though, so like we can probably get that up, a little higher if they want to. I think they're really going for not their single player.
All right, Sea of Thieves.
Meanwhile,
I think that's what you're probably going to look at.
Meanwhile, the programmers are behind the camera going, no.
Oh, he said that.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say
It's
it.
literally just one switch.
Yeah. I think it literally is going to be one of those things. Like you're not
It's a crossplay switch.
You're not if you were expecting you were going to get Fallout, any of the Fallouts, per 3 to 4, but just multiplayer in it, then no, that's not what you're getting.
I wasn't expecting that, but I was expecting some NPCs with quests and storylines that you could embark on together.
Well,
I wasn't expecting straight survival building.
This is straight from the documentary because these were actually on the show notes for Wednesday, but we never got to any of this. It says there is a main story. There are plenty of quests, but they want this game to be about what you want to do on any given day. Maybe you want to explore a new region. Maybe you want to go hunt down the last rare component for a crafting project. Maybe you want to kill a creature that drops that item, or maybe you want to just set up a camp the whole time. So it's like they're going to make light work of the story, if anything, which I'm thinking all it's going to be is maybe you have some interaction with the the overseer.
Yeah.
And then any other quests that you get, maybe from like documents you find out in the world. They said there's going to be quests particular to locations. Like you go to a location and there's a quest that you do, because you're there.
You have to clear out the animals.
But without a sense of storyline or without NPCs to get invested in, it's just going to be as deep as Sea of Thieves, which is very shallow. There will be hunt down quests. Mm-hmm. There will be go return with this item quests. And there might be some other thing.
So
follow. No, there's no one to follow. There's not even going to be follow quests.
In the deep worlds that they create at Bethesda for Elder Scrolls and for Fallout, how do you see them putting multiplayer into it then? Like, I'm interacting on a quest line with somebody. How does the multiplayer? Do they just a side?
It's not
writer?
my job to come up with that. That's
the
their
writers
job.
figure it out.
That's fair.
But you guys have history of how you can do that.
But how do you do it in Borderlands?
In Borderlands, you're just basically all playing the same quests.
So why not have that?
Because it doesn't in Fallout. Everything pertains to one person. That's always what it is. Like I said, it's always just one person.
The way they'd have to do it is they'd have to break typical Bethesda where you can go kill any NPC, because that.
And they've done that already to some degree.
Like
in Fallout 4, you couldn't just kill all the, which I hated that.
Even in the other ones, you couldn't kill the children. Like, and there was that whole children area, so there's no way you could go blow that town up.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus.
Like, not that I wanted to.
See what you wanted to. So you couldn't even kill kids in this game.
That's the quote. That's the quote. That's going to get us on
Oklahoma
the front page.
bomber over here.
No.
Wow.
But you know what I'm
super
saying? Like,
specific.
part of the thing of Bethesda games is you can go to an entire city, wipe it out, and then you just see all the quests die. Like, oh, you failed all.
Which
these
is awesome.
things.
Yeah, I love that.
But you could do that if you wanted to. So I could see them getting rid of that and making like safe zones in the towns that aren't destructible or where you can't murder people, and then you can go out and have storylines and stuff. Like,
they could, but I think that's their way of explaining of why there's not going to be NPCs because of the time. It's the first vault to open type of thing, and you guys are all just going out, so there's no raiders or anything like that roaming the land.
But like, there's other people.
There's other players.
I don't know. This is okay. So this is weird because even like people are comparing it to like Destiny, or like, oh, it's all like just whatever. It's there's no NPCs. It's all multiplayer. But even Destiny has NPCs to give you your quests.
Yeah, and to buy
How
stuff.
do you,
So I'm thinking there's got to be stuff like
NPCs?
that. I don't think there's going to be like no NPCs.
I don't know, man. They were very clear that every single person you run into is a real person.
Yeah.
Maybe out on the
They
map,
were
but you
real
come from
clear
a
about
vault,
that.
and I'm guessing that's where everything is going to be relegated to, just the vault.
But in the trailer, you're the only one in the vault. Like, everybody has already
Aaron,
left.
I'm holding out hope that you're right, but everything I've read points to the latter. Like that there's going to be nothing. Like there's no NPCs. It's all humans. It's just an empty sandbox of survival. It's gonna be
so like
Minecraft.
years from now, if there's nobody playing the game and you're the only one in there, you're the only survivor.
Yeah,
you're the lone survivor there.
Wanderer.
They have, they have a lot of things to go over, and hopefully with this beta, we'll clear everything up a lot. But like I said, you got to watch that documentary. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
It gives you more of an insight of what everything. I broke it down, like literally. I broke all the things down.
See, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
We were supposed to go over that Wednesday.
My thing is, like, I have not played Fallout. You guys know this. I haven't played Fallout. But when we started seeing stuff for Fallout 76, I was like, this looks really cool. I'm actually super hyped for this. Like, this will be like, I'll play Fallout now. And then they said that, and I'm like, no, never mind. I'm good. I'm fine. I don't need to start this franchise. I'm fine.
I went from the hypest of hype to like, oh, I'm so scared. Don't bastardize one of my favorite franchises.
Good question from Pocket. Who here pre-ordered already after the?
I don't pre-order games.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody did. Somebody we were talking to during the Bethesda conference did.
Everybody tried to
they like went
sign
and got
up.
the.
Oh, we all were trying to sign up. For
You're all trying to sign up, but maybe it was somebody in chat that like went and pre-ordered the like $200 version that
the
has
one that comes with the helmet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw that at E3. It's pretty sick.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't worry me as much. There's things that do worry me. The being able to see everybody on the map at all times.
You can do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like all the other humans?
Yes, everybody on the map at all times. You know exactly where they are.
I don't like
Yikes.
that.
Like I said, I think that's something they need to weed out during the
beta.
During the beta, yeah.
I think that's because of the nukes.
Yeah, and this game's supposed to come out in 5 months.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, when is this freaking beta coming? Like, it needs to be
Because when they said November, I was like, that's hella soon. That must be when the beta starts. And you guys are saying that that's the release date. Release date.
Yeah, I think that's the
beta
release date.
will be coming even sooner than that.
Because I guess to get into the beta, you have to pre-order.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I guess I'm watching a lot of Twitch.
They want you to know when to control the player, but more importantly, when not to control the player. Yeah, I don't know. It's a iffy thing. I don't understand developers. There's so much obvious and easy answers to things that people want. They just kind of, I don't know if it's technical difficulties.
I don't know.
Ziploc Bob has nailed it.
Yeah.
What do you say?
That being able to see everyone on the map is just opening up for griefers.
And so that was the other thing that they were trying to say. What's his name? Who's the guy who did the presentation?
Todd Howard.
He was like, that's what they didn't want nukes to be for. But as soon as they said, yeah, you can see everybody on the map, I was like, that's the first thing everybody's going to think to do.
Do you know so they have the same thing the Sea of Thieves does, where they're like, there's not hundreds of people on a map, there's dozens. And in theory, that sounds pretty cool, but in practice, you run into the same person over and over and over again. And the way we ran into this problem in Sea of Thieves is that we kill them, we run away, they spawn way too fucking close, and they just are on our ass again. And you have to kill the same person 4 or 5 times to get them off you. And like, if they can see you on the map, if that person that you finally run away could see where you are on the map, fuck that.
Plus, if in Fallout, like other Fallout games, you have fast travel.
Like,
fuck that.
So here's their quotes, their notes from it. It says, nukes are not a griefing device. Their function is to create high-level areas wherever you want on the map, and you are actively incentivized to do this in non-populated areas because you want to be the first one to get there and plunder the items that are going to spawn there.
Yeah, but you have people who don't care. They'd rather just piss people off.
And
they're going to nuke. They're going to find where people are.
They might be a douchebag and blow up their own camp.
They're saying it's a time-consuming thing, trying to get the codes. Like, it's not a, whatever. Like, you just go get it. It says requires to go play through most, if not all, of the main story, and then completing the repeatable quest until you have all parts of the code.
But see, okay, so what's the main story?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't know. Everybody is focused on there's no NPCs. I know it takes a lot of the game away, but I don't think this is what you guys are looking for.
It takes away the reason I play games. Because I don't play for multiplayer. I play for a narrative story.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know if that's going to... So why'd you get to Sea of Thieves?
Because you guys got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I mean, it's the same thing. That's probably what this one is going to be. You want to play Fallout with friends or whatever.
But, like, you knew going in that
Fallout
wasn't...
with friends.
You knew going in that it
That's
was...
called Fallout with friends.
Like, when you take a game... I feel like when you take a game that has in the past had a narrative linear storyline and then take it away, that's shitty.
And they probably didn't know where to go with it after that. I mean, you can only roam the wasteland and the story narrative so much. And now they're working on their new space one.
Starfield,
which apparently is supposed to be a next-gen, not a current-gen one.
So you won't see that for a long time.
No.
Same with Elder Scrolls 6. I bet we
years.
see it before we see Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
Right.
But at least we know that it exists.
And it won't be a multiplayer, he said, specifically in that.
Elder Scrolls?
No,
Starfield.
Starfield.
He said it will be a single-player experience. So if you haven't already, everybody, we're running a little contest. Let's wrap it up with some of that type of stuff. We're giving away a Nintendo Switch and a Legend of Zelda. What's the abbreviation
Special
for it?
edition.
BOTW.
There you go, BOTW. I knew she was ready right there for that.
That is how people actually, like, nobody says that, but that's how people type it. That's not a weird one.
All you have to do, what do you have to do, Webb?
You have to follow us on Twitter. RT the tweet. It's pinned to the top of the Twitter page. And then tag a friend. For more entries, you can follow the link that's on the pinned tweet. And you can follow the 4 of us on Twitter, on Twitch. Follow Vast. Follow, I think, Energy, right?
Yep, Energy.
Nairo. And for every one of those entries, or every one of those tasks, you get additional entries.
You get a lot of additional entries.
You get a lot of entries.
A lot.
You guys
of
went
additional
ham.
entries. Can't wait to see who's gonna win this whole thing.
Yeah.
You gotta do it quick, everybody.
It's gonna be me.
You gotta do it fast.
It's gonna be me.
You're excluded. Everybody that's
Wow.
in the room is already excluded. And Pocket Agent.
It's
He's the
still
one
gonna be
buying it. So.
Well,
Thank you for listening, everybody. For the real David Webb, Cory Vincent, and Emmaskies, I am Sir Aaron Carter, saying that Death Stranding is probably not going to be the game you want to.
Fuck you.
Trash.
Just gonna say.
Go
it.
fuck
It's
all
gonna
of
be
you.
trash.
You